The conflict in Ukraine has raged for over a year. Russia's initial invasion, launched in February 2024, aimed for a swift victory. This goal has not been achieved. Instead, the conflict has devolved into a grinding war of attrition. Russian forces have struggled to make significant territorial gains. Their offensive has been plagued by logistical issues, manpower shortages, and fierce Ukrainian resistance. Despite these setbacks, Russia continues its offensive operations. Their focus remains on the Donetsk and Luhansk regions. However, their advances have slowed considerably. Ukrainian forces are actively defending these areas. They are also launching strategic counteroffensives, notably in the Kherson region. The situation on the ground is fluid, marked by intense fighting and heavy casualties on both sides. However, the overall picture suggests a stalemate. Russia's initial offensive has lost momentum. They are struggling to achieve their military objectives. Ukraine, bolstered by international support and the determination of its people, is determined to resist Russian aggression. The conflict has had significant global implications. It has shattered the peace in Europe. It has also triggered a humanitarian crisis, displacing millions of Ukrainians. The international community has responded with condemnation of Russia's actions. They have also provided substantial military and humanitarian aid to Ukraine. Russia's offensive struggles are deeply intertwined with logistical challenges and manpower shortages. The invasion has exposed vulnerabilities in Russia's military capabilities. These issues have significantly hampered their ability to sustain a prolonged conflict. One critical problem is the severe shortage of armored vehicles. Ukrainian forces have destroyed thousands of Russian tanks and armored vehicles. This has depleted Russia's reserves. Their domestic production cannot keep pace with these losses. Reports indicate Russia has fewer than 7,000 operational tanks remaining, a drastic reduction from the Soviet era. This shortage has had a ripple effect on the entire Russian military operation. It has slowed down their advances. It has also forced them to rely on outdated equipment. There are reports of Russia using civilian vehicles, including motorcycles and even donkeys, for logistical purposes. This highlights the dire state of their supply lines. Furthermore, Russia is facing growing manpower issues. The conflict has resulted in significant casualties. This has led to a shortage of experienced soldiers. To compensate, Russia has resorted to recruiting poorly trained conscripts. There are also reports of forced enlistments and pressure on soldiers to extend their contracts. These measures are unlikely to solve the underlying manpower shortage. They also raise serious concerns about the morale and combat effectiveness of Russian troops. While Russia grapples with logistical nightmares and dwindling manpower, Ukrainian forces have demonstrated remarkable